Welcome to Capital Quality's Pilot and Group 2 Community of Practice webinar. To provide ongoing support for the Capital Quality On-Site Administrators, the Office of the State Superintendent of Education, in partnership with Hurley & Associates, is implementing a series of Community of Practice meetings for center directors and home care providers. This Community of Practice series is part of an ongoing effort to build capacity and knowledge as it relates to addressing the 10 quality indicators articulated in Capital Quality's Continuous Quality Improvement Plan. This webinar is an edited recording and presentation of the Community of Practice conducted on Saturday, March 10th and Friday, March 23rd of 2018. This Community of Practice was part one of a two-part series on classroom organization as defined by the Class Assessment Scoring System and Environment Rating Scales. It also afforded participants an opportunity to engage with fellow providers and learn about upcoming professional development opportunities. This is one presentation in a series of presentations designed to build the skills and competencies of providers participating in Capital Quality as it relates to the Infant Toddler Environment Rating Scale Revised, Family Child Care Environment Rating Scale Revised, and Class Assessment Scoring System Pre-K. Additionally, it will provide an overview of upcoming professional development opportunities identified by DC Child Care Connections and the Bain and Family Foundation. Lastly, the Community of Practice includes information on upcoming Community of Practice meetings and next steps for the Capital Quality community. During the February Community of Practice meeting, we engaged in data-driven goal setting and action steps, practice-based coaching, and staff professional development on analysis of ERS score reports. Capital Quality in Review. To recap participation in Capital Quality, providers played Capital Quality Trivia and answered questions related to Capital Quality. Over the next 2 to 3 months, you will continue to work with your quality facilitator to analyze your ITERS or FICR scores and develop goals and action steps as part of the Continuous Quality Improvement Plan. We want to sincerely thank you all for your ongoing commitment to continuous quality improvement and the Capital Quality community. We look forward to continue our work with you. Child-centered play is an instrumental component to healthy child development. The American Academy of Pediatrics issued a white paper on the topic. The National Association for the Education of Young Children named play as a central component in developmentally appropriate educational practices. The United Nations High Commission on Human Rights recognized play as a fundamental right of every child. Play can generally be divided into two forms, free play and guided play. In play, children develop a lasting interest in learning and exploring, having control over the course of their own learning, as in free play, promotes desire, motivation, and mastery. Children also learn how to seek out knowledge. Play involves exploration, hypothesis testing, and discovery. In a safe, anxiety, and risk-free environment, children are free to test the limits of their knowledge and abilities with relatively few repercussions. They learn to have confidence in their ability to solve a problem, and they become resilient in the face of a challenge. Play builds the foundation of a lifetime of learning. Think about this question. What does a playful classroom look like and sound like from the eyes of a child? From the eyes of a parent? Play can be divided into two areas: guided play, the intentional lesson planning and use of curriculum, and then there's free play, the role of centers. For March and April, we will focus on free play as it relates to centers and activities using licensing protocol, ERS, class, and best practices as a guide. In May, we will focus on guided play through lesson planning and the intentional use of curriculum. Central idea: your environment must support play. It should be flexible and engaging to accommodate the needs of all children. The first center we will review is dramatic play. According to NACE, children's language development is enhanced by intentional support from teachers, interaction with peers, and opportunities to practice their new communication skills. Central themes encourage children to play together and talk about what is personally meaningful to them. They can have fun using new words in a safe, comfortable setting. Culturally relevant dramatic play centers let young children draw from their experiences to enhance their play. Children reenact activities and observations from family life and share common events in their cultures. Authentic dramatic play leads to children's meaningful learning, especially in language and vocabulary. When you think about dramatic play, there are basic props and enhanced props. Basic props are props that are consistently available. Enhanced props are aligned with the theme and enhance the experience for children to support further imagination. When you think about dramatic play, there are several things to consider. Best practices as it relates to basic props and enhanced props, OSSI's guidance, the class, and the ERS. In the dramatic play areas of your center or home, categorize the materials as you see as basic props, enhanced props, as it relates to your theme, culturally diverse and inclusive, the ITERs or FICRs indicators, and licensing compliant. Discuss your categorization of the materials available for dramatic play with your quality facilitator. Are there any areas for improvement? In addition to the environment, dramatic play lends itself to having powerful teacher-child interactions as defined by the class. Classroom organization for the class includes the following dimensions: behavior management, instructional learning formats, and productivity. You and your quality facilitator will watch a video available on My Teachstone, which focuses on how a teacher enhanced children's dramatic play experience through intentional conversation. The video title is Expanding Involvement While Buying Clothes. As you watch the video, think about the following questions and write down your answers. In what ways do the children interact with the materials? How can teachers facilitate activities that actively engage children? What types of questions do you feel are most effective for engaging children in learning? The practices in this video are aligned with the ERS listening and talking subscale. The next center we're going to visit during this session is blocks. Blocks are used across the ages to support a host of skills in children, such as fine motor skills, imagination, numeracy development, and problem solving, just to name a few. The ERS is extremely prescriptive in terms of what is needed in the blocks center. Read the blocks indicator under the activity subscale on the ERS. Based on the blocks indicator, make an environmental checklist of 10 items or characteristics you should see in your center's or home's block center. Now, use the checklist against a block center in one of your classrooms or in your home. Are the 10 items or characteristics you selected checked off? Are there areas for improvement in the block center based on the ERS blocks indicator? Did we accomplish everything? Did we provide an overview of the importance of classroom organization and play-based learning specifically? Did we discuss best practices as it relates to dramatic play and blocks? Did we identify resources to support teacher-child interactions in the dramatic play area? My Child Care DC is currently available. Visit today for more information for families and early learning professionals. The new Professional Development Information System, PDIS, was built to replace the Professional Development Registry, PDR. PDIS will allow professionals to register for and track training, upload and store necessary documentation, input work experience, generate a resume, and gain access to valuable resources. Sign up today. DC Child Care Connections publishes current professional development opportunities within PDIS. Online training is also available through Quorum. Early Childhood Share DC is an online sharing platform for providers. Over 1,000 classroom and administrative resources, plus vendor discounts, are currently available on the site. To access the site, visit ecsharedc.org. Establish a profile, and a team member from EC will contact you to complete registration. You must have your center or home license on hand to register. As you work with your quality facilitator, you will continue to develop goals and action steps based on the ERS. The next Community of Practice meeting will be held on Friday, April 27th from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. and will be focused on classroom organization as defined by the class and ERS. We are always available. Please follow us on Twitter and Facebook. Visit the OSSI website for up-to-date information. Feel free to contact Dr. Catherine Kagera or Pilla Parker for questions related to capital quality.